kind of recap what happened last time?
We were on a boat for 2 hours. I got really paranoid over a rat. We, uh, you guys stole part of a diving suit.
Yeah, I stole like a gauntlet that had like divination magic on it.
Yeah.
And a
Oh,
little creepy guy who spent the whole trip sharpening his knife. As soon as we got off the boat, he tried to run up and stab someone, and then he got shot and died.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh, and then we put our hand on a book that we are all convinced is somehow cursed or binding us in some way.
That was also divination magic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
also, the water is cursed. Don't
yes,
touch the water.
Well, I mean, it's not giving off any magical energy, so
I know, but I stuck my hand in it and got bit by an eel.
It's just giving me bad vibes.
bad vibe
Yeah.
water. Got it.
Bad vibes.
So the water doesn't have the regular properties of water. It's things sink in it that shouldn't sink in it, but you could still use boats on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we bought an apartment in the shadiest part of town.
Yes,
Yep.
but it was also the cheapest part of town.
And when we left, we were on our way to buy lumber to board up all the windows and any doors we weren't planning on using.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a layout set up for this apartment building?
Yep. And I'll kind of give you guys the tour as you uh come upon your home. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, you all have made it to the Advent, this sort of central area of the city. Upon entering a fairly open area, it's a in the center is an immense uh, building, which appears to be a storage building of some sort, with many stalls and people milling about outside of it. And we'll move you to that new area. All right. As you sort of look around, uh, this area is much more lit up than other parts of the cities. Again, in those lights which don't flicker as flames do, but burn very consistently, it seems.
All right. We we're off the boats and are all together, right?
Yeah.
All right. So first thing we said we were going to do is look for somewhere selling lumber and nails and hammers.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys have a handle on that, Mark is going to go off on his own in search of like maybe a jewelry store or something. He needs a personal item.
All right.
Say,
Okay.
don't get lost. I I just kind of shout as you're wandering off on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Meet us back here when you're done.
I'll lock eyes with him and I'll nod, and I would like to form a psychic connection with him. Uh, which lasts for 3 minutes, but
Okay.
just in case. And I'm not gonna say anything yet, so he doesn't know that it happened, but it did.
All right. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay. Do we find anything interesting on the way as we look around for the lumber?
Go ahead and just roll perception as you're walking through this bazaar of sorts.
Hang on.
Mm-hmm. still making your way through this entire area. It seems very centralized on things that common people would need, such as food, utensils, pans, home goods. You see a stall for plungers at one point, so seems they're fairly modernized with their uh, toiletries, I should say. Going through, you'd notice that there's no real weapons or uh, tools of war being sold, which is not uncommon, but usually you'd at least see like a knife uh, or two being sold at different stalls, but seems pretty clean in that aspect.
Yeah,
But you
we're in
are
the middle.
able to. Oh, what's that?
I was gonna say we're in the middle of the city, so it makes sense that there wouldn't be a whole lot of weapons selling.
Mm-hmm. You are eventually able to find, sort of near the outskirts of this area, a lumberer of sorts, as his entire stall is packed with wooden boards and uh, well packaged packets of nails and such.
All right. Uh, I look for someone who's trying to find. I look for the person I would talk to about purchasing wood
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
He's a bearded fellow up sitting near the big pile. He seems to be packaging a loose bucket of nails into these sort of packs of 100, kind of like the same way you would package like things like matches. He's got nicely made boxes for them.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, yes.
Mm,
I wish
yes.
to. I wish to purchase some of your fine goods.
Mm. I don't really sell fine goods, but I do sell wood and nails and a hammer if you'd like.
Well, I need at least 3 hammers. Let's say I don't know how. I don't know exactly how much wood I'm gonna need. So, let's say about. Mm, let's say about 500 boards of wood, about 3 or 4 feet long, and at least 2 inches wide. I also need it delivered to a specific location rather quickly. Do you offer these services?
Sorry, I had to talk to someone real quick. So he sort of starts writing down your order and just, hmm, hmm, 500 boards, you say? Hmm. You may need to requisition some more from carpenters, but should be able to fulfill that order. Where did you say
Uh,
this order is going? You said.
I show him the address of the apartment building.
Hmm. Yeah. His eyes sort of like widen for a moment. It's, Uh, unfortunately, we won't be delivering to that part of the city, but I'm sure you could find some of the carpenters who would deliver there for you.
Capital. And how much would all this cost me?
Well, purchasing directly here, it would cost you roughly 50 gold pieces, but the delivery you would have to work out with the carpenters.
All right, I'll just go ahead and give the man 51 gold pieces.
All right. Thank you. He sort of counts it out and tucks it into his shirt pocket. What was your name so I can put that down for the order?
John J.J. Smith.
Many J's. Will do. As he writes down your name. He sort of gets up and starts taking out some of the wooden planks and begins chopping them to your specified length of 3 to 4 feet.
All right, that gives us. So I'm writing this down. 500 pieces of wood.
Your 3 hammers and what else was it?
About 500 nails, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, 500. I'm gonna give the hammers out to everybody when we regroup.
Mm-hmm. All right. Going to the other side of things. Was it Mark who split up? Yeah. All right.
I guess basically immediately after splitting off, I'll find just someone who's like milling about, and I'll approach them. Excuse me.
The
Would you happen to know where I could find a pearl in town?
Pearl. Not gonna be out here. You'll have to check inside the depot for something nice like that. And he sort of gestures to
Oh,
the immense building behind many of the stalls.
well, thank you. Have a good day, sir.
Hey.
And
Hey.
I'll walk off.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, just from looking around, you're eventually able to locate what appears to be the entrance. It's guarded by some pretty nasty-looking guys. As one of them is a Goliath standing easily 8 feet tall. One of his eyes is sewn shut as he's sort of looking over the people who go into and out of the building.
Yeah, they're not like barring entry. Like I'm just free to go.
Right.
Okay, I'll go.
As you sort of approach the entryway, he grabs a board near him, just sort of puts it in front of you. Come here, Bennett. As he sort of not forcefully pushes you, but sort of moves the board closer to you.
What did you say?
Come here for a minute.
All right.
He
I'll do as he wishes.
he sort of squats down a little bit. Ain't seen your face before. Never been in here, have you?
Indeed, I am new to town.
Yeah. As you sort of get
I
a closer look, his eye is just completely stitched closed, as if a surgeon
oh.
had been closing a wound. As his other eye just staring into you, says, "He's got a good eye for faces. No, there's the rules inside this depot. All right. So,
Do you mind sharing them?
yeah, I'll get into it. So, main thing, if you need something from the shelves, you don't go grabbing it yourself. Yep, we gotta keep this place nice and organized. We gotta know where everything's at. So, some people go grabbing things from the shelves for themselves. It gets all whacked. Alright? Okay, that's rule number
Good to
one.
know.
Now, other rules, if you're looking for something specific, just ask someone in the brown coach. That's our group. Alright? Just ask those people in the brown coach. They'll get you where you need to go. Don't go poking around in the boxes. don't go poking around. Just ask what you need. Alright? These people come here for specific things. There's no browsing in this building. Yeah? Yep.
On and along.
Okay. Alright. Now, if you don't follow these rules, you're not coming back in here. Alright? I got a list of people and a list of faces. Ain't allowed in here anymore because they broke the rules. Alright? Now, if you break the rules too bad, gonna have other problems. Alright? As long as that's clear, you're okay to go inside today.
Crystal clear. Thank you for the clarification, sir.
As he stands back up and just sort of takes the board that he was holding and sort of lightly pushes you inside instead of pushing you away like you did at the start.
Now, this is the Carpenter's Depot, yes?
Yeah. And you get to see the inside of it. Let's see here if I can I think that did that do it? I don't think I did it. There should be a way for me to change you for being on one of the. Let's see here. There we go. So you find yourself inside the Carpenter Depot. It's filled immensely with boxes. There's a couple of different floors that you could traverse through. It's not exactly well lit in here, but you see people milling about, as well as a couple of people leading groups around in those brown trench coats.
I'll look for a person in a brown trench coat that is not busy.
Mm-hmm. So, sticking around for a moment, you eventually find a sort of dwarven man, and I'll add him to your list. He's very bright-eyed. He's got quite the mustache, and in his brown trench coat, you approach him, and he turns around. Can I help you?
Hello. Yes, I'm actually in search of a pearl. I've been
What
told that I
size?
could find one here.
Well, we've got plenty of pearls, but you looking for jewelry pearls, or big pearls, or perhaps a pearl encrusted something or other? We've got quite a lot.
A pearl by itself will do.
Pearl by itself. Any size you're looking for? Any clarity? We got black pearls, white pearls, pearls that you can see your reflection in.
One second. I gotta look at the spell list because I
Mhm.
forget which spell I'm actually looking for. I just remember I needed a pearl for something.
I believe you're looking for identify.
I think so. Wait, sorcerers don't even have identify. What am I doing? Wait a second. Oops. Wait, no, I think. Dang it, I was looking for not a pearl, a diamond. What is wrong with me? Okay, retcon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for a diamond in one worth at least 50 gold.
Oh, you're looking for one of the magical diamonds. Yeah, yep. We serve all sorts of your proclivities. No problem. Just follow me. As he whips out a thick notebook as he begins sort of leafing through it. Could be back here quite a ways. As you move through this entire building, it almost feels bigger on the inside with how long you walk, easily 10 minutes or so without seeing the end of this building. And eventually he turns down one of the many aisles of boxes, and these aren't exactly ordered aisles. They're more so just stacks of boxes that have enough room for you to weave between, going in between them, moving further back into the space. As he eventually gets to a box, and he pulls out a crowbar and, well, begins prying it open.
A professional hoarder's house.
Mm-hmm. Let's get this bad boy open as he gives it a good old 1 or 2 as he wrenches the top of the box open. All right. Should be just about right. Take your pick. As you see that this box is filled with diamonds. It's not a large box per se, but it's like a dresser drawer size. Like
I'll
it.
look for one that's
Mhm.
about the size and shape of something that would be worth 50 gold.
All right. You can tell that most of these are likely above the cost of 50 gold.
Yikes. I'll
Mm-hmm.
look for the smallest one I can find then.
All right. Go ahead and let's roll Arcana to test your magical cost. See
Alright.
how close you get to the 50 gold piece mark. Okay, good.
20.
You
Dirty
find
20.
just the right size. You won't be overpaying for this one.
I'll go with this one, sir.
Fine selection, fine selection. As he puts the top of the box back on and pulls out a small hammer to nail it back down. Alrighty. As he opens up his notebook and you see him jotting down uh, what has been removed, where it was removed from, and puts the notebook back in his pocket. Very good, very good. Shall we find anything else for you today, sir?
No, that would be all. Unless, I'm actually curious. I am new to town.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And this is the, Carpenters Guild, I believe. Is there
Oh,
anything you could tell me about this place?
not a guild, not a guild. We're a carpenter's family. Many of us work for the carpenter family. Myself, I have a brother who married into the carpenter family not too long ago. Uh, oh yes. We work here as tradesmen. Well, in some of the upper floors. Tradesmen, I work here as, of course, your humble guide to this magnificent depot of materials and, well, others work in development, researching new ways to build and construct gadgets, gizmos, things to make the life a little nicer for people. That's what carpenters are all about,
That's
building up the future.
quite a fine, lofty goal.
Yes.
How long has this building existed, and where have all these items come from? Quite the selection.
Hmm. Well, personally, I don't quite know where they come from, but I'm sure it comes from many trades with the outside world and such that carpenters have done throughout the years. But uh, as for uh, what was the rest of your question? I'm sorry.
Uh, how long has this place existed? This
Oh,
family?
well, carpenters came to the island about 200 years ago. That's all detailed back in the it's I forget where it is, but we got a museum somewhere around on this island. I went there as a kid, and well, tells the story of when the carpenters got here. About back then, it was about 160 years ago. Now it's about 200. I think they had a celebration about that sort of thing not too long ago.
And I have one more question, though I'm not sure if you'd be able to answer it, because it
Mm-hmm.
may
Mm-hmm.
not be your purview. What could you tell me about the Royal Reef Diving Suit Factory?
Hmm. That rings a bell. I think they were in the newspaper. Yeah. Maybe check the newspaper.
I
I think
will
there was
do.
something on them.
well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for the assistance.
Of course, of course. Let's get you back to the front and all checked out. All right.
Yep.
As he leads you back to the front, and as you get closer and closer to the front, you again see more and more people. So you suppose that diamonds were uh, something uncommonly asked for, which is why it's so far away from the front, and gets you back to the front, and uh, he takes you off to the side where behind a large pile of boxes are a bunch of small desks where people are purchasing the items that they found within the depot. All right. Let's see here. He sits down on one side of the table. Just take a seat, put your item here. Let's see here. He quickly takes a little bell out of his pocket, gives it a little ring, and eventually someone walks over. He's a sort of nice-looking man as he inspects the diamond you place down. And this diamond's approximately 51 gold pieces. Hmm, very good. As the
I'll,
man disappears again, walking off behind the boxes.
yeah, I'll hand over the gold. Wait, so someone just,
Wonderful.
a random person just came over and was like, this is what this item is worth, and then walked away?
After the man who had led you to the diamond had rung a small bell, he appeared from behind the boxes, raided your diamond, and disappeared behind the boxes. That is correct.
Anything, like, off about him? Like, what was his demeanor, like, robotic, or was he just, like, a tired worker?
Uh, Go ahead and roll insight as you see this man very briefly as he just like appears behind you, rates the diamond, and walks away.
Right, let's go +0. That's like the best I can do. 19.
19. So, looking at this guy, uh, he looks really odd. Like you can't really put your finger on it, but he, I guess maybe he's a bit pale. If you're not, he he doesn't seem like he's really focused in on what he's doing. He just sort of swings by, does his job, and just leaves as soon as possible.
If I reach out with my mind using like telepathic speech,
Mm-hmm.
is there a mind there to even connect to?
There is.
Okay. In that case, I'll just leave it alone.
Okay.
Just a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
take note of it though.
All right. Okay. So you make your exchange, 51 gold pieces for the small diamond, and he leads you back to sort of the main hallway where you can exit the building.
Thank you very much. This was very helpful.
Absolutely. Come back anytime.
And I will take my leave.
As you leave, uh, large the large Goliath just sort of looks at you and gives you a nod as you walk past. Back out onto
Head
the.
towards the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
That's
All
enough for
right.
me.
Let's see here. So, see here. John and Roth, you two were headed to handle the delivery, right?
Yeah, we're meeting up with some carpenter boys.
Mm-hmm. Uh, where are you headed exactly, though?
The the lumberer we talked to mentioned didn't really give any specifics, so we're just heading toward what we think is the main place where the carpenters would congregate in this area. Asking around as we're gonna find a guy and ask them if they know where to look for.
Yeah, they'd tell you that inside the depot would be your best bet at talking with a carpenter.
All right, we're heading for the depot
Yeah.
then.
So
Might run into Mark.
I would say so. Mark, as you're leaving, you would notice John and Roth headed your way.
All right. Before I go into the depot, I'm going to speak to the Goliath. Excuse me, sir. I am armed. Would you like to check my weapons with you?
No need. However, it doesn't look like you've been here before. As he sort of points to you and Roth and sort of beckons you in a bit closer.
Okay, we getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I getting closer. I can't speak for Roth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Roth will move in.
As he basically gives you the same rundown as he did Mark, as he lets you know, hey, don't go poking around in all the boxes. If you need something, ask someone in a black or brown coat to take you to whatever you're looking for. No browsing allowed, that sort of thing.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go in and look for the first person who looks like they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
There's a pretty upbeat-looking dwarf turns around. He's got quite a large mustache with a twinkle in his eye. Oh, how can I help you?
I speak in. I'm gonna talk to him in Dwarvish and say, I just purchased a piece of property in this location, and I need some strong men to deliver some lumber to the location, and possibly assist in boarding up some windows and doors.
Yeah, sort of looks back and forth a little bit as sorry to say, but I never really learned the mother language. Born and raised on the island and all.
I'll just repeat what I said in common then.
All right. Oh yeah. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, takes out his notebook. So we're delivering how much wood you said?
500 boards.
Oh, quite a bit. To Reed Heights, you said. Oh. And you want to employ people to help you board things up. Oh.
If that's available, yes.
Well, unfortunately, right now carpenters aren't authorizing any build orders up in Reed Heights, at least the northern parts. Without direct carpenter orders, so can't do that for you. But we should be able to get some delivery up there. You may want to go with well, unless you're gonna stay at the delivery spot the whole time, you may want to go with a bit of insurance. Don't want your things stolen once they're delivered and all.
Oh well, I will be accompanying the delivery men if they'll allow me.
Oh, okay. When were you planning to have the delivery? Well,
As soon as was convenient for your people.
okay, all right. Let me go talk with the manager real quick, and I'll get you a quote.
All right. As he does that, I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
As he walks off, I'm gonna look around the store and roll perception to see if I notice anything off.
All right.
Sorry, I keep losing it.
All right. as people will sort of move in and out of the sort of hallways of boxes. You're not going to call them rows, as they're not that neat. One thing you notice is that you really can't see the end of this immense building, and I forgot to move you in there. You can't really see the end of this immense building. It just sort of, I guess the fog of outside has fogged up the inside as well. You can't see the back whatsoever. In fact, looking around, it just seems to keep going on and on in all directions. So really, that's not the case, as you can see the outside walls as well as the ceiling and all that.
Big warehouse. Got
Yeah.
it. Possibly a novelist.
All right. Let's see here. Mhm.
Rosh, did you want to buy anything?
Oh no, I'm quite alright. Roth will just keep looking around. I wonder where the new shipments go.
What I would like to know is how they get all this stuff here. How big are the river streets exactly?
The river street. They're about 4 boats wide. So if 4 boats were, or 2 going one way, 2 going the other way,
Okay.
they could pass each other reasonably well.
Okay. A boat in this case being a personal boat.
Yeah, one of the many Blackwood rental boat, or not rental boats, Blackwood free boats that you can be found.
In that case, the ship. Sorry, can you post the map of the city in Discord real fast?
Sure. Can't really post the map, but I can put you back on it.
Alright. Okay, so we're basically on an island right now.
Mm-hmm.
In a large warehouse that probably has a lot of incoming shipping happening all the time. That is very far away from the docks as far as heavy objects go. So they must have some way of getting the goods from whatever docks to here on relatively small craft. Because they can't use carriages because we're on an island.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't use large shipping boats because the streets are too narrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really going anywhere with this. I'm just pointing out something strange about this place.
Yeah. Right. So after a bit of time, the dwarven man comes back, a smile on his face. Good news. We should be able to ship your goods in next 2 days. So in 2 days' time, we'll have everything ready to ship your way. If you're going to be part of the shipment, you'll need to be here early in the day. So crack of dawn, or well, close to it as possible. Yes. The cost for your delivery, we're going to be using some tugboats to get everything there. Can't fit everything on one of those Blackwood schooners. So cost is going to be about 50 gold pieces for the delivery.
Capital. I just take out 50 gold pieces and plop them down.
And he takes out a piece of paper. Just please sign this as information about your delivery, and that if you're not here early in the day, 2 days' time, we'll deliver it anyways, and you're responsible for any missing or lost pieces and whatnot.
All right, I'm going to sign it as Abraham Washington.
All right. Thank you very good, much sir, as he tucks it away. Is there anything else I can help you, you two gentlemen find today?
Yes, I was wondering if you perhaps sold canes, preferably with a heavy knob up as a head.
We should have some of those around here.
All right.
How about you find, sir? As he gestures over to Raw.
Well, I could go for a mirror or something. Do you sell any of those?
Oh yes, we got some good mirrors. Straight from the what was it called? Yeah, it was an old. As he starts leading you down in the direction of your items. It was I think it was owned by the Blackwoods actually. The old mirror factory. They've been here for quite a long time. We got some of their nice mirrors too. Uh, did you want like a hand mirror or like a full length mirror? Or...
A full length mirror would be preferable.
Oh yes, no problemo. As he opens up his notebook and begins navigating you towards your items. So about 2 minutes into a walk, he turns down, moving through some of the boxes, squeezing in his gut to get between two of them. As he finds a box, and this should be it. As he takes out his crowbar, begins prying a very tall box. It's easily about 3 or 4 feet above, taller than he is, as he begins sort of prying it off. As the front of the box sort of falls away and sort of leans up against the other box. He moves it out of the way for you. All right, this should be a good selection of canes for you. As you look inside, and these nice canes are 2 rows, one on top, one on bottom, each
All
with
right.
different metal heads to them.
I look for one with a nice iron head, preferably made of peach wood.
Mm-hmm.
Something that something something that I can use as a weapon, but doesn't immediately register as a weapon.
Mm-hmm. So looking through the different canes, they have different metal heads, like wolf or um, you find one that looks pretty nice, a sort of eagle head, where you might be able to like sharpen the beak a bit to make it a spike, or there's one with a turtle head. That's an interesting choice, but that's a good cudgel, I suppose. They all seem to be made of the same nice wood, but you don't think it's peach wood.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know what type of wood these canes are made out of?
Hmm. He opens up his notebook. Check here. Should be. There it is. Uh, Looks to be made out of some old redwood.
All right. Would it be all right? Would it be all right if I handled the canes for a moment to see how they feel in the hand?
Of course. Go right ahead, sir.
All right. I'm gonna I'm willing to pick up the cane to kind of twirl them in my hand to see how heavy the head is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably gonna thematically the wolf's head cane would fit the best thematically with my character, but really I need something that's kind of knobby as a head, almost like
Mm-hmm.
a bulb on it.
Right.
But I can do the eagle too.
Yep. They all feel fairly well balanced. As you give them a good old twirl, and the uh, dwarf just sort of gives you the thumbs up, and like, yeah, looking good, sir.
All right, I'll pick one with an iron head on it.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing, I'd like to purchase a top hat if you have them. I've lost my current hat, as you can tell. I pat my naked head.
Top hat, no problem. So is that your selection, sir? Which cane did you decide to go with?
I'm gonna go with the wolf's head.
All right. You take the wolf's head cane as he uh, places the front back on the cane box and nails it back up. All right. Let me just shut some things down as he's jotting down where the item was taken from and description of the item and whatnot. All right. Let's see. I think the mirror is going to be closest. Let's take a look as he begins moving back down towards the central aisle. All right. Another couple minutes of walking. He shoots on down. This time you have to go quite a ways through these massive boxes. He even at one point has to climb over one of the boxes in order to keep moving. Okay, back here, the lovely mirror. As he, this time it's quite a big box. Like you could probably fit, probably a hippo within this box that he begins opening. He pops it open. All right, a good selection of our full-length mirrors from none other than the Blackwood. Uh, as he displays the mirrors in front of you, they're all very, very reflective. Nothing like these core, like what are they, brass mirrors or copper mirrors. These are full reflection, as well as having some nice trim around the edges as well.
Oh wow, these mirrors are quite wonderful.
Mm.
Are these silverback mirrors?
No, these mirrors themselves, they were made by the Blackwoods, and they tend to keep their methods of creation under wraps. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what they're made of, but I can tell you they work wonders, especially if you're trying to check out your new fit. As he's like posing in front of one of the mirrors in the box.
Oh, I simply cannot make a choice. Maybe if one of them will speak to me if I look at it long enough. And then Roth is gonna reach into his bag and hold out his spiritual focus to try and see if there's one that this fears like more.
Okay, go
Which,
ahead
for
and
record, his spiritual focus is a skull.
I see the dwarf is just like hmm. As he takes a step back from you doing your ritual. Would you like to roll Arcana or Investigation in this case?
I will do Arcana.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. Give me just one moment.
I will say, as Roth does this, his eyes start welling up, and it's gold tears as he's holding his spiritual focus out.
Okay. So, as you are sort of going from one mirror to the next, as they're all sort of lined up, uh, uh, it coming into like the middle mirror, you watch as you can almost feel like you see another person's face on the other side of the mirror, somewhat reflected in the skull.
Hmm, this is the one, as he'll point at it. How much?
As uh, the dwarf, you look over to the dwarf, and he's frantically writing in his journal. That one, yes. As he finishes writing, of course, we'll get it right to you. As he takes out a small bit of wax Let me just mark it for you real quick. As he quickly writes, what's your name again?
Roth Corval.
He quickly writes an R in wax in the front of the mirror, and all right, we'll get that to you as soon as possible. As he quickly throws the uh, throws the board back up and immediately quickly nails it shut as fast as possible.
Is everything alright?
Fine and dandy. We'll move. I'll have someone move that to the front. Don't want you breaking it on the way up there, after all. Let's see. Top that. As he begins making his way back down the line of boxes.
I'm gonna, as we're following him, I'm gonna whisper to Roth. Next time, you should probably warn people before you take a skull out and start waving it around.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was strange. We all have one after all.
Yes, but most people only have one.
I guess that's fair.
As he takes you back down, and eventually you find your way over to another box. This one's fairly long and but not too big. He pries it open. You can see about 5 different top hats sort of lined along in this well. It's a well padded box with plenty of sort of straw in between each hat to keep them nice and in shape.
I
Ah.
pick one. I pick one that looks nice and say, this one will do.
Oh, wonderful. Is there anything else I can help you gentlemen find today?
For me, that's it. I cannot speak for Roth.
Uh, he,
I think I found all I need. Thank you very much, sir.
of course, wonderful. As he begins taking you back to the front, and as you sort of reach the front, you Roth, you see seems to be another worker here holding what appears to be your mirror, but it's covered in a thick black cloth. As the dwarf walks up, I'll take it from here. This beer. As he makes sure the black cloth is fully covering every part of that mirror. All right. Shall we get you gentlemen checked out?
Yes, let's do this quickly.
Mm-hmm. He brings you over to the side of the entrance where there's many tables and such for checkout. As he very carefully leans the mirror up against the table. Actually, he probably just lies it flat on the table. And let's see here. In total, that will be 5 gold pieces for the mirror, and 1 for the top hat, and 1 for the lovely cane. In total, as he gestures to John, your total will be 2 gold pieces, and he gestures to Roth, your total is 10 gold pieces.
I give him the gold pieces.
All right.
Wonderful. As he takes the mirror and just sort of slowly hands it to you. Please don't uncover it until you've left this building, please.
The dwarf is terrified of that mirror.
May I ask if there's something strange with this mirror? I won't return it. I'm just curious.
No, certainly not. All our mirrors are of the finest quality, after all.
I know I'm not the one having this conversation, but I'm gonna roll insight on that.
All
Just
right.
'cause I'm in.
Go ahead. The sweat on his brow seems to speak otherwise. That it is just a normal mirror, quote unquote, of the highest quality. As the escorts you back to the front, where you can continue onward.
Alright. Well, I at least need to find a place to stay near the depot, so that I can be here first thing in the morning. You two, are we back with Mark yet?
Mark, were you
Mark
like
went off ahead
standing
of
up?
us.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this when we meet back up with Mark.
All right. So, Mark, where are you at? Hello? He's muted.
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Yeah.
There you go. No, where are you at?
I was heading back to the apartment building because I was under the impression that that was where we were meeting up.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay.
You could. I'm just gonna assume I gave everybody a key before we left left here. So just go pick out a room for yourself.
All right.
All right. Roth, I have to stay here on this island at least for tonight. Have to be here first thing in the morning to see to the delivery.
They said it was first thing in the morning in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have some time.
Okay. So, shall we go take a look at this apartment building that's probably dilapidated?
Well, we all must start somewhere.
All right. So, how are we gonna get the mirror there? Should have asked them to add that to the delivery, actually.
This is like a carryable mirror, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. It's a full length. It's a full length mirror, but you can carry it with like 2 hands. You kind of got to lift it up so that it's not dragging against the ground, but yeah, you can carry it.
Yeah. We do need, however, to get it onto a boat. Actually, hang on. Would we look for a boat to take ourselves to the? I should minimize this. To take ourselves to Reed Heights. Is there an extra boat we can use to put the mirror on? I have some rope and can just tie an extra boat to another one of our boats so that it's not interfering with us.
Yeah. So, you guys are right here. Which way are you going? Are you just gonna like go over here to find a boat, or?
Yeah, we're gonna. Actually, we'd probably meet right here because we probably don't want to be carrying around the.
All right.
Carrying a mirror on foot for long distances is asking for a Three Stooges moment.
All right. Let's see. So we're gonna. Well, you're sort of. You are able to find a couple of boats. There's always like 3 or 4 of the Blackwood boats just sitting at every sort of exit or entrance to the flooded street.
Okay, I'm gonna remove these I'm gonna use 2 nails to put little hooks onto the stern and bow of two boats, and then tie them together.
Okay. You got the 2 boats hooked together and with rope. They seem well attached, kind of like a towing cable.
And then I help Roth just set it in nice and snug so that it's not going to bump around or anything. I use whatever rope I didn't using the boats to further just tie it down to keep it from falling out.
Yep.
Because
Alright.
if that thing goes in the water, we're never getting it back.
Well, I would hope not. I feel like me and this mirror will have a connection.
Just keep it in your room. I'm also getting, creeps from the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, Mark, when you headed out from the trade depot, which direction did you go in the Advent?
The trade depot is right here, right?
Oh
Or
no,
am I
it's
mistaken?
over here to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to start labeling the places you find. This is the Carpenter
Yeah, no
Trade
problem.
Depot.
In that case, I would probably just head north up to like maybe this one of these roads and see if they have either a bridge or a boat that could get me over.
Gotcha. So heading up here, you're able to spot over here, which is not the Carpenter Trade Depot. Let me change that. That is City Hall. It's a
Uh,
fairly interesting looking building. It's got a little bell tower up on the top, but in front of it is a small park, you'd say. And you are actually able to find what appears to be a wooden sidewalk. It doesn't actually cross into Reed Heights, but it does go around this building all the way around. It does not, however, cross into Reed Heights. So, looks like you'll need a boat to get across.
is there any boat that I see?
Yes, there is one of those for public use Blackwood boats sitting in the water here.
I will hop into it and row over.
All right. Yeah, short little trek as you make your way over. All right. This side doesn't look too bad. From the map that you have, this appears to be Reed Heights. You can see, however, looking down this road a bit further, quite a ways down, there seems to be like a wooden wall that has been erected. So, not sure what that's about.
Is it like shoddily built, or is it
No,
strong?
it looks like a well-maintained wall.
Huh. Is it just on this part of the road, or does it go any further into somewhere I can't see?
I mean, you haven't really went to look at it, but it seems to go all the way across, maybe down that street on your map labeled Bullock Street. This right
Oh,
here, you're not
not
sure what
really.
it used to be, but this right here is just a giant pile of rubble. Just
Oh,
what used to be a city block is now a big pile of rubble.
very curious, but also I want to go to the house.
All right. Let's see. Well, you begin making your way towards the house. I'd say at this point,
Yep.
the other group has managed to make their way up, and you probably see them starting to pull in with their co-boat
Just a second,
in
I gotta
tow.
go check on something.
Okay. With their boat carrying their lovely new mirror with them.
I'll look over and I'll say, Roth, what? I thought you were going to collect wood. Was I mistaken?
Oh, the wood will come in 2 days' time. It takes a while for it to get delivered. I'm assuming there must be a back order, so we just bought stuff for ourselves.
And this mirror is yours?
Yes, everyone seemed quite afraid of it, so it
Mhm.
made sense to just buy it.
Yeah, have you taken the black cloth
Uh,
off it yet?
No, Roth's not stupid. They said don't take it off until it's inside, he won't take it off.
Oh no, they told you don't take it off until you've left the building.
Roth would probably just wait for it to go inside before he takes it off.
Right.
Mark would
Mhm.
kind of like shake his head in like confusion, but he'll help carry it.
All right.
Speaking of, I was scanning. Well, not really. Since that place had so many boxes, I was wondering if, because I'm assuming that I don't think oh gosh, names. John is not with us as we're carrying it. I was trying to see if I could. Well, I was wondering if maybe that box on the ship was there. Maybe we could get the glove sometime or something.
Well, I think you'll be happy to know that we don't have to worry about that, and I'll just pull it out of my pocket.
Oh, joy. Do you know what it does?
Absolutely not. I wanted to get to the house to try it on and see if it did anything interesting.
I wonder if it'll work. It is a part of a whole suit, but I guess we'll see.
All right.
And we go to the house.
Yeah. So, as I'm gonna go ahead and erase this big red line that was directions that you guys used to get here. Here we go. All right. So you all begin making your way closer and closer to your home. As you sort of turn this corner and begin walking down the street, you definitely notice. Well, there's some people just sort of laid out on the sidewalk. Uh, a group of three just off to your left, just sort of like over. Their eyes are wide open, but they're just sort of mumbling as if they were asleep.
Can I make like a medicine check or an arcana check? Like, are they on
Sure.
drugs?
Sure, medicine.
Which medicine? Uh, +2. That's crazy.
They're just some
Two
crazy
plus two.
people. Just some people having a nice, afternoon, chilling.
Yep. Real.
Mm-hmm.
Just lounging about.
Yep.
Nothing wrong here.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. What have I missed?
So, the group is met up, and you've just passed a group of three people just sort of laying out on the ground, eyes wide open, mumbling to themselves.
I will concern with that myself with that later. I was told that this place had a druggy problem.
Mm-hmm. There's, making your way up. Uh, as you sort of get into this area, it's many of the houses have either partially collapsed or fully collapsed. As uh, you occasionally spot some people up picking through some of the wreckage as they just sort of begin looking over in your direction, just sort of staring at the group carrying a mirror down the street.
Uh, just as we're passing by, can I tell how freshly collapsed these buildings are?
Sure. Go ahead and investigate.
All right. I click the right button. I will use
Well, it seems that most of these buildings have collapsed maybe a month or so ago. So pretty recently.
I swear, if that man sold me a collapsed apartment building, I grumbled as we're walking by.
Mm-hmm.
I trust there's no apparent reason for why they're all collapsed.
None evident really, no. As you turn the corner, well, at least you see a building that is standing.
I'm gonna look an eye on as we're approaching it. I'm gonna wait till we get the mirror inside before I do this.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, let me just move these for a moment. You come across this fairly nice looking building. I mean, it's a little dingy and dirty, but the windows are intact somehow. Uh, and the door isn't bashed in. So, as far as things are looking, it's looking good.
Okay, so two-story building.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably squatters inside. Are there any like lights on? Like any sign of activity?
If you need a quick look over, you do see a light on in the first floor, but nothing on the second floor.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna go in and investigate that light source.
All right.
Letting Mark and Wrath handle the mirror for right now.
Okay. All right. Give me just a moment. Mhm. Let's see here. Oop, wrong thing. Oh, good.
The light, it burns.
What have I done? Okay. Back to the map layer, Mr. House. Okay. Uh, so, as you sort of go ahead and roll invest. Oh, you already did. 18. So you sort of investigate, and looking inside, it seems some rough and tumble types are eating some food at you wouldn't say a kitchen table, more like uh, around a barrel. They're eating some food.
How do you gentlemen do? I say as I barge in.
You barge on in. All right.
Yep.
They immediately turn towards you. Oh, you don't know whose house this is. This is the boss's. Get out. As they pull knives.
Well, I'm afraid I do. I say, pulling out the deed to the house. You know what? I just
Actually.
Mm-hmm.
I even dramatically unroll it and just say, gesture out my signature with the cane.
Mm-hmm.
Any, Anyways, I have no problem with you boys being here, but I will have some needs that you will need to attend to.
We ain't pending to nothing. Roll initiative.
Everyone?
Yep,
All
everybody
right.
roll initiative. All right.
What are we doing with this mirror, dude?
All right. What's the die for initiative?
A d20 plus your dex plus
Oh no.
proficiency, I think.
D20 plus my dex, so D20 plus 18 plus 14 is 32.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let me just line this up. All right. So this is like how I like to do combat. It's not exactly very detailed in what's around, but it's mostly just to give you a bit of a gist as to what's there. Give me just a moment. I got you. All right. Nope. Easy. I used to be able to do this just fine. Give me a moment. Remembering how to draw straight lines. There we go. Nope. All right. So, this is your front door, that triangle that I've just drawn. Uh, Typically, I'll draw doors with these triangles. And then, here we've got this first floor room. Let's see here. So, upon entering, you find there's this first room appears to be sort of a dining area. There's a door right here, which leads further into the house. You can actually look through it and see that it leads to a fairly large open room with some stairs back here. All right. So, you all are sort of James is sort of burst through the door. So, what we'll do is we'll place your token, Dr. John Stoker, as having just entered. All right, Ross and Mark, you guys were outside, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll put you. Your
Coming in with the
token-
mirror.
Yeah. So you two were probably pretty close together, having transported the mirror together. All right.
If I rolled a natural one, I can't see over the other side of the mirror.
Yes, yes.
What's going on over there?
You just hear, this is our boss's house. We ain't tending to nothing. Let's see here. Let me find. Do. Hmm. Ye ol' hoodlum 1 through 3. Let's see here. You have changed this up quite a bit. We got hoodlum 1, hoodlum 2, and hoodlum 3. All sort of stare in your direction, John.
All right.
All right. Let me roll their initiative real quick, and we'll get started. All right. Yeah. So I like to put similar enemies all on the same turn. So these guys are all going to go on a 16. Let's add you to the turn order, and you, and you. Okay. John, you got, what was it? An 18?
Yep. Plus my wisdom score, which plus 2, so I got 20 initiative.
Oh, well, it's not
Cool.
wisdom, it's dexterity score.
Oh, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's still with me too.
Okay. Mark with the 3. You're just, no clue what's going on in there, and then,
Drop the mirror on my toe a little.
yep. All right. So, Roth, you are the first to see as the men inside, armed with knives, are very attentively about to attack your ally, John. What would you like to do?
Roth will just sigh and just say, "Hold on to this for a moment, please."
Oh, what? What is
As,
going on?
as he gives you the mirror fully to hold.
Oh no.
Roth will cast Silent Image, and in his hands he'll make a rifle appear.
All right.
And then Roth will walk up holding the rifle to the three of them. "Is there a problem here, gentlemen?"
So you walk up kind of behind John and sort of lean over his shoulder with the gun.
"Surely this is nothing to lose your pretty little heads over. I'm quite the shot with this rifle."
You watch as the guy behind in the back just sort of shakes his head. Big mistake. As he pulls out a small handgun.
Oh no. You made it worse.
We was just gonna rough you all up. Pulls out a gun. All right.
Okay.
What would you like to? Anything else on your turn, Roth?
Let me see. After seeing his attempt at an intimidation go bad, he'll just say, "Well, I hope the spirits are with me," and he'll roll on his Tale from Beyond table.
Okay.
And that's the end of his turn.
Okay. Is that a bonus action to roll on the
Yeah,
table?
bonus action.
Okay.
I'm gonna start my turn off with a bonus action.
Okay.
I have 8 shards of glass from my a beaker in my luggage breaking in during the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna fling all 8 shards of glass into their faces.
All right.
To try and get them to flinch.
All right. So that'll probably be. Let's see. You probably can't just like chuck it at all of them, but you could probably throw it at the guy with the gun.
Yeah, I'm aiming at the guy in the gun, but it's still a bunch of shards of glass flying in their general direction.
Mm-hmm. So I'll make that a dex save for them. Probably like DC 10 or so.
All right.
Okay. So he quickly throws up his hands in front of his face, and the shards of glass
Okay.
sort of get in his clothes a little bit. Ah!
All right.
But
And as he's holding up his arm, I'm gonna charge in with my rapier to try to stab him.
all right. So you take a step forward, and you should be able to control your where your character moves. Are you guys able to control your characters?
I
I can't move my token.
Let's see here. Give me just a moment.
I think I could put down my own one. If I put down my own token, it works.
Gotcha. I can just give you guys control, and Mark, you can just. I don't remember which one to delete. Give me just a moment. 2. Okay, I'll delete that one. There you
Two
go.
of them.
There you go.
Oh,
And then I'll add you back in with a 3. Okay, you now have control over your token. Sorry about that.
okay. Anyway, I'm gonna specifically stab my rapier at the arm that's holding the pistol.
All right. Roll to hit.
Okay. Which die is that again?
So if you go to your character sheet, you should have it already set up. Your rapier, if you click on that.
Got it.
There you go. All right. So you don't have advantage, but you do get the 22. So you do hit. And that's 5 piercing damage as you give his arm a quick thrust. Though he does not let loose of the pistol.
Okay. Is the rapier embedded into his arm?
It is not. It sort of just gives a quick flash or
Okay.
piercing thrust.
All right. For okay. How many bonus actions do I have again?
You have one bonus action.
All right. In that case, I'm done with my turn then.
All right. All right. The two goons here, left and right, with the knives, take some slashes at you. See here. First one with a 23. Second one with a 16. What's your armor class?
Checking. 13.
So both of those will hit. You will take 9 total slashing damage as they sort of have at you with a quick splash of their blade. As
All right.
the guy with the gun sort of aims past you towards the man holding the rifle. Who? Roth, what's your AC?
14.
14. As bang, a bullet whizzes past you. See. This man is going to attempt to retreat back into the doorway, which gives you an attack of opportunity, John.
I'll try to. I'm gonna use that attack of opportunity to try to hit him in the back of his knees with the rapier.
All right, roll to hit. That's a 14. You do hit, dealing 3 piercing damage as you hit him in the back of the leg, but he continues on to the doorway. All right. So, getting to Mark's turn, you've just heard a gunshot go off within the house, and you could have sworn you saw something fly by Roth's head. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll run up behind him and behind Roth, and I'll peek over his shoulder at the two men standing there, and I'll in their heads, because I don't think. Wait. I need to make sure that I can do this. No, it's a bonus action. That sucks. Anyways, I'm gonna shout out, whoa, gentlemen! Just lay down your arms and go take a long walk to cool off. And I'm gonna twin spell suggestion on them.
All right. Let me read suggestion real quick.
Yeah, it's a weird spell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh. So you're just asking them to put down their weapons and walk away?
Yep.
All right. So they'll make a DC 13. Yes, wisdom
Wisdom
save.
save.
All right. They both
fail.
fail. Yes, as let's see. Whoop. This guy right here is gonna just set his knife down and walk this way, and this guy's gonna walk this way, trying to get to an exit. Though both exits are blocked.
Ignore that. I'm looking things on the menu.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As a bonus action, I'm going to. So that was 2 sorcery points. I'm going to spend a spell slot, first level, and turn it into another sorcery point.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. Man holding a real fake gun. What would you like to do?
Can I slide past the guy in front of me?
Probably not. He's like doing the weird shuffle, like he's trying to get out, but you're trying to get in, and keep going back and forth.
Roth will just yell, I mean, do you wish to continue? I feel like this is over.
Uh, uh,
Not to the guy holding the rifle.
oh. The guy holding the gun is like, nah, I think I'll get you first.
He's gonna get us.
Can I see him from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you can kind of see him. He's kind of off past the doorway there.
Okay, I'll cast a Vicious Mockery.
All right. Okay, DC 13. He makes the save. So, how do you try to mock him?
Only a fool would continue such a charade against us.
Only a coward wouldn't fire, as he yells back.
Roth will just then step out of the way and then end his turn because it looked to not block the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Right, John?
Okay. The guy with the pistol's down, right?
The guy with the pistol right here, he's still up.
All right. My main concern's him, so I'm gonna chase after him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to hit him over the head with the wolf cane.
All right. So, where do you want to move? You could like move here or here.
Move there.
All right. Roll the hit. Your cane is closest to like a club, so you'd get like a D4 of damage.
Okay. 1d4 coming up.
But do roll your attack first.
Okay. Rolling the.
Zero damage.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay.
17. And so that would be 1 plus, I believe your strength modifier. Well, no. Unless it's, it would never go below 1.
Yeah, my strength modifier is -1, so it's just 0.
Yeah. Well, no, it'd still do at least 1 damage. So you give him a quick smack as you sort of rubbing his head. All right.
Alright, for as a bonus action, I'm gonna scatter a bunch of ball bearings in the direction of where he was running to try to trip him up.
Okay. You flush out a bunch of ball bearings. See here. He's gonna see the trip hazard and not try to run away as he pulls his knife back out and tries to stab you, John.
Okay.
13.
AC is 13.
So that is a hit. As you take 4 slicing damage. Or piercing damage, I think it's piercing. Alright. Mark? What would you like to do?
Good question.
Oh, do the other two not move?
Oh, sorry. This guy would move 1, 2, 3 as he starts walking down the street. This guy gets to about right there.
I'll pat him on the shoulder and say, "Good man," and I'll walk inside.
Mm-hmm.
How worse for wear is this guy looking?
He looks pretty beat up. That's for certain.
Just don't. Try not to kill him.
All right. I don't think I have anything that could non-lethal. I don't have any spells, so I'm just gonna walk up and bunk him with my quarterstaff.
All right, roll the hit.
11.
11 does hit as you give him a quick thwack as he finally falls onto the ground. As how long does suggestion last?
8
8
hours.
hours.
8 hours. Yeah. As these two just sort of disappear down the street. All right. As
Okay.
combat has ended, as you've got an unconscious guy and a lot of ball bearings on your floor.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie up the unconscious guy, and
All right.
strip him of any weapons.
All right. You have the newfangled gun. Giving it a quick once over. It seems you just had the one bullet in there.
All right. I'll add the newfangled gun to my inventory.
Mm-hmm. And of course, his knife and his companion's knives that are also on the floor. Mm-hmm.
All right, got that.
Didn't you say one of the other guys had a gun? I thought there were 2 people with a gun.
No, it was just one.
Okay,
Where'd that?
I misheard.
And
Yeah.
I'm also gonna collect the shards of glass and ball bearings I threw.
All right.
All right, let's get that mirror. Well, let's get the mirror inside so no one's gonna steal it. Then let's pick out our rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it would behoove us to check if the rest of the place is clear yet.
Oh, that's what we're doing.
And I'll walk upstairs.
All right.
I am severely injured, so I'm gonna stay behind and just make sure the unconscious man just can't get out of the bonds.
All
I
right.
can watch him. And also, here, you seem quite beat up. Roth will just whisper kind words to cast healing word.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. So you come on up the stairs. Do. See here. That's a horrible arrow. Anyways, you come on up the stairs and you find a very nice open sort of office space. Uh, let's see here. It's got a small room kind of over here. But for the rest of it, it's open. It's got plenty of windows. And let's see here. I'll mark those. Mark the windows in
I think
blue.
it's on the wrong layer because my token goes under it.
Yeah. Give me just a moment for that.
No problem.
Let's see here. Oh, gosh. Oh, nope. There we go. Windows. All the windows are being marked in blue. All right. Not that. Give me a moment. Well, kind of fix it. Let me draw the outline of it again. Give me just a moment. Yeah, that didn't help. All right, I'll work on this, but the top floor is pretty open-ended. As far as
And
layouts go.
there's no one in here, or no sign of anyone being in here. Like, do I hear anything? Like, obviously, a gunshot went off. Was anyone running around upstairs?
Right. So, looking around up here, you do see uh, what appears to be a sort of working desk back here with a bit of paperwork and such on it. So there's definitely signs of someone tending to work up here, but no one is here currently.
Okay. And this is the top floor. It doesn't go any higher.
Correct.
I guess I will take a peek in this room.
Mm-hmm. Taking a quick peek inside, this is actually a nice room. It has an actual bed and a bit of furniture. There's actually a light up here, like a little lamp plugged into a wall.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll enter the room, make sure there's no one hiding behind the door,
Mm-hmm.
and when I figure out there's no one, I'll shout downstairs. There's no one up here. It's all clear.
Go ahead and roll investigation, since you're giving it a quick look over.
51.
Mm-hmm. Uh, as you're sort of peeking and poking around, you find inside one of the drawers a box that has been nailed shut.
I'm sorry. I think my headset was cutting out a little. What is nailed shut?
A
Small
small
box.
box that's been nailed shut.
Okay. I will try to pick it apart with my crowbar.
Right. Roll athletics with advantage since you have your crowbar.
I definitely need the advantage. I got a plus nothing. Oh hey, natural
Ah,
20.
natural 20. You pry
Destroyed this
it.
box.
Well, no, you don't destroy it, but you pry it right open. And inside is a broken mirror.
Common theme.
Mm-hmm. A shattered mirror in a nailed shut box.
Awfully suspicious. I'll pick up like a shard of the mirror. Is it still
Mm-hmm.
like reflective? Is it
Yep.
dirty at all?
Yeah, one side is reflective, the other is not. Doesn't seem to be very dirty. It's pretty nicely preserved in this box.
Oh, interesting. I'll put the shard back in the box and go about my day.
Okay.
Alright, I'm
Alright.
gonna. While he's doing that, I'm gonna be moving the unconscious man down into the basement, checking out the basement while I do so.
Alright. So you find the stairs to the basement in this room here. This seems to be more of like a common room where you could just, put I don't know, clothing or storage supplies. Going downstairs, we'll draw it out here. Not that. There we go. You head on downstairs to give you an arrow which way the stairs go. Alright. Coming down here, you find that it's fairly nicely made. It seems to be split up into renovated rooms. And There we go. Looking through these rooms, they seem to be slightly renovated for people to live in. So, probably used by the group you just kicked out. So, hey,
I'm gonna-
they've got cots at least.
Okay, I'm gonna roll investigation to just
All right.
have a look.
All right. Cursory investigation. Each room has at least a cot that you could sleep in. There's not much else, to be honest.
All right,
Seems they were living pretty bare bone lives.
All right, I'm just gonna pick one of the rooms and dump the guy in on the cot.
All right. It's, oh, not that one. Let me see if I can get. Nope. Undo. Undo. Well, the basement's gone. No.
I just stare in horror as the entire spatial contorts around me into blank nothingness.
Yep. All right.
You die. The end.
Yep. All right. While I'm drawing this back, is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Rothwell, since he's in the center of the house, he'll just start casting a detect magic.
All right.
I'll also relay the information to Roth that there's a weird mirror up here.
I'm gonna let
You're the mirror guy.
my two roommates know that their beds are down here.
All right.
I actually above game, I think. Well, I mean, I guess I could say this in game too. I think it would be appropriate to all, like, despite being no privacy, all sleep in the floor. Because of all the flooding going on. I don't think it'd be a good idea to sleep in the basement.
I should add that my character was joking,
Hmm.
but y'all
Then
can
never
use the
mind.
cots. Y'all can use the cots at least. And I'm also gonna use one of the cots myself. I don't trust that bed. I don't even know about that bed actually, so never mind.
All right. And I just had the genius idea of instead of trying to move all the drawings, just move all the tokens to the front. Much easier. All right. So this is your base of operations, per se, for the time being. You've got a guy tied up in one of the basement rooms. This is a nice sort of front entryway kitchen, sort of living room, a storage room that leads down to the basement, and a very large office area with a side bedroom to boot.
And no other entrances aside from the windows.
Aside from the windows, doesn't appear to be any other entrances.
Okay, so when the wood comes, whatever we don't use on the windows, we can actually just use to add more dividing lines throughout the house. Like if we want to build a wall somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I bought way too much wood.
All right.
So y'all want to just take a rest for the night?
Oh, but did my detect magic pick up anything?
Your detect magic does not pick up anything.
Oh, even the glove.
Oh, sorry, it does pick up the glove.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, I should say.
Okay, cool. Roth would just say, well, before we rest, I feel like I should sage each of the spaces, just in case, you know. I mean,
Right.
I'm quite comfortable with spirits, but I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, it's your business. I won't stop you.
I will say that for tonight at least, it would be best if we barricade the door.
We should also take watch. Those men, they were under my charm, so to speak, but that will be over in as soon as I take a nap. So they will probably be angry, and if they don't return immediately, then they'll probably be getting more. They said they had a boss, so I assume they're part of some gang, I suppose.
Well, we have someone who can explain everything about that downstairs.
Well, while we're waiting for him to wake up, I'm going to examine my glove.
All right.
I'll put it on.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
while we're all just kind of relaxing, I'm gonna uh, say a few words to my two companions. I'm sure I'm sure you've both noticed this when we got here, but we need to treat every moment we're outside of this building as if our lives are in imminent danger. The, Something is off about this town and the way that people act. When that man tried to stab the ape man, for lack of a better word, they killed him without hesitation and then completely ignored his body. They didn't even ask if any of the other of the new visitors were harmed or not, nor did they apologize for the violence. They simply forgot it and moved on. In my experience, that is a keystone symptom of deep-seated corruption. Something is This town is sick. I don't know with what, but it's sick with something.
Well, you're the doctor. You would know the best, so I believe you. I agree. We should be as careful as possible.
Yes, and avoid if you can avoid if you can avoid it, don't give anyone your real name. I don't know what kind of evil we're dealing with, but I've met beings that can take your name. Or heard of them, at least.
Had to hazard a guess. I believe that odd magical book uh, already took care of that.
Almost certainly, and if I thought of a way to avoid touching it without arousing the suspicion of the mad gunman, I would have. But
Well, it is a problem for another day.
yes, quite. In the meantime, can one of you help me move a piece of furniture in front of our front door? Something heavy.
Mm-hmm.
What time is it right now?
It's probably very close to the like 7 in the evening. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually earlier than I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wish we could have taken the boat with us. We could have taken that apart and used it as a makeshift barricade. Though I guess the people who actually own the boat wouldn't have appreciated that.
The city would come to execute us.
Oh, yes, you can't murder boats in this town. By the way,
But yeah,
Roth, could you do... You said you were going to ward this... Something to the effect of warding this building from intruders. You wouldn't happen to have any religious sensibilities on you, would you?
I have spiritual sensibilities. Those religious aren't exactly fond of what I do.
Can you do something that can prevent things bypassing physical barricades, like turning into mist or rats, for example.
Abilities like that are a bit out of my wheelhouse.
Well, it was worth it. Well, it was worth an ask. Either of you want some rations for supper?
I'm okay. As Roth would just go
I
back to
won't say
scanning
no to
the
free food.
building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give. I'll give Mark one of my 2 rations and just. Actually, wait. Is the food that the thugs were eating still there?
It's kind of been spilled in the chaos, but yeah, it's on the floor.
I
Okay.
will not eat that. Disease.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat it either, but I'm gonna gather it up.
Mm-hmm.
You never. Let me tell you, when you've been stalking graveyards as much as I have, you never know when a handful of food is gonna save your life.
I think most food tastes quite disgusting, actually.
A good thing you don't need to eat it yourself. You just gotta feed the thing that's trying to eat you.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna put in mush.
What?
Mush.
All right. So, is anyone else checking out the house, or are you guys sort of settled in?
I'm kind of checking if saging. Do I need to roll for that, or
What do you mean by like staging?
like it's like I'm burning a piece of sage and just wafting it around the house. It's like a kind of thing people sometimes do to get rid of bad spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Be
You
gone,
can
ghosts.
roll
Stinky
Arcana
smell.
for it. Make sure you get every nook and cranny.
Let's see. No, I'll cast enhance ability on myself for this.
I'll go around behind him and I'll just cast Prestidigitation on every little dirty spot in the room to instantly clean it.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're doing that, I'm gonna go around
Whoa.
doing an insight check to check for any security risks other than the ones I already know about.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's an investigation roll. Actually,
Mm-hmm. All right. And all right. Oh. So, Raw, as you're making sure to get every little nook and cranny, you probably start at the top of the building and just casually making your way down through the floors and
During this, Roth is also holding the skull.
mm-hmm.
So I guess it would be the first time that Mark sees it.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm naming the skull Jimmy.
All right.
Interesting.
Oh, you begin making your way down the floors and let's see here. As you're sort of making your way down into the basement, you feel like it's for just a moment it's darker than it should be, and then something happens and it just dips back to regular darkness. You're not sure what it was, but it was an odd feeling that you just had that it's darker down here than it should be. Maybe it's just your imagination. Let's see. On your investigation of the house, see if there's any other flaws. When you get to the basement, you find one of the creaking floorboards, and you decide to just sort of check under it. And turns out there's about foot between the floorboards of your basement and the actual ground that it was built on. Like, looking underneath, you can sort of fit your whole head under there and look around. And there's an entire little foot worth of space between the floor and the ground.
Can I see any visible openings where, like a critter might have dug a tunnel into space?
You cannot. There doesn't seem to be any holes down here, just a weird space between. And even, you kind of notice on the side as well, it's like, you decide to sort of knock on the wall, and you can hear it's kind of a hollow in the wall as well. That this entire basement doesn't have ground supporting it.
I have a hammer. Can I use that to slam a hole into my wall?
Mm-hmm. So you boom, hit a hole into the wall, and your two companions would probably hear the bit of construction down there. You sort of take a peek inside, and yeah, there's about half a foot between your basement walls and the ground past it. You sort of can't really see much to the left or right, but you can see straight forward pretty well.
Well, hey, I just yell up and jokingly say, "Hey, guys, if we ever need to hide a body, I got the perfect place for it."
Wonderful.
I'm gonna go check in on the unconscious guy
Mm-hmm.
while I'm.
As you sort of turn away, you hear an odd sound as if someone were knocking on a piece of glass behind you as you turn away from the wall. It's like a dum dum.
Oh, that's disconcerting. I'm gonna. Can I roll perception or something to see if I notice anything else about that?
Sure.
I should not have opened a spooky box with a mirror in it.
Even with a high bit of perception, you're unable to. It definitely sounded like it came from behind you when you turned away from the wall, but you have no clue what could have made that sort of sound from that direction.
Alright. Well, time to go see the Mr. Sleepyhead.
All right.
I yell out that I'm doing this to see if either Mark or Roth want to come join us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, I'll come down. We have time.
Well, if you two are gonna do that, I'll just go upstairs and do some stuff with the mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, find a place to set up your nice full-length mirror.
Probably in the upper room with the already boxed up mirror. That seems like the best place to do it.
The one up here. Yeah. All right.
Okay, is the gentleman awake?
Well, he seems fast asleep on the cot.
Alright. In that case, I'm gonna investigate his wounds and start treating them wherever I can.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll
And
medicine.
Wait, can I use prestidigitation to make it smell? I think I can.
You can. Yeah.
Sensory effect. I'm gonna make like a smelling salt smell. Just like licking under his nose.
Okay. You see him start coming to consciousness as the doctor's treating his wound.
You're finally awake. Well, stranger, what's your name?
He's just got his mouth pretty tight.
I'm gonna take a bag. I'm gonna take a bottle of medical alcohol out of one of my medical kits and just pour a little bit on one of his wounds.
Mm.
All right.
Not much of a talker, are you? Well, this can go one of two ways. Either you cooperate with me and answer my questions, and I let you go, or you act the way you are, and you stay tied up down here until you decide to take the first option.
You hear something not coming from his mouth, but almost coming from his chest area. You just hear Action 3 as you see this guy as he just falls backwards, his eyes rolling back in his head.
What the heck?
I'm gonna use my one of my daggers, and cut his shirt off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna back up a little.
Just
You looking I mean pretty quickly you don't really you see an old sort of scar kind of in the middle of his chest, but it's not big, it's just a small maybe like from a dagger kind of scar.
Is the noise still coming from his chest?
Aside from that quick voice, nothing else comes out.
Is he still alive?
He has no heartbeat.
All right. In that case, just to be sure, I'm going to use the. Just to be certain, I am going to sever the. I'm gonna take a dagger and sever the stem of the brain,
Mm-hmm.
preventing preventing him from rising up as an
Any
undead.
zombie shenanigans? Yes, yes.
Yes. And then I'm going to take him out into the main basement area to do an impromptu autopsy.
All right.
So I'd roll investigation to see if I fear anything about how he died. Other
Well,
than,
it'd probably be
suffering.
more medicine as you're doing an autopsy.
I give him the help action.
Yep. All right. No, 24. All right. Mhm. Well, as you begin your autopsy, it definitely doesn't look like he died from bleeding or blood loss, because he's still got plenty of that stuff in him. As your floor gets a bit messy as you're working on him, but that'll just fill up the basement beneath you. As you're working away, you're eventually able to find a small metal object shunted somewhat near his heart.
All right, I'm definitely gonna dig that out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Looking upon this object, it's a small circular piece of metal with letters engraved in it. You look at it; it's actually a message on this little piece, as it says, "Stop the motion of that which lies near."
okay, I'm gonna. Mark, does this look? I call it to Mark. Hey, Mark, does this, tingle any magic senses to you?
Well, if we have 10 minutes, I'll spend that time ritually casting detect magic.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And while he does that, I'm gonna probably would it need to go. I don't really have a way of explaining a dead body in my house, so I'm just
Mhm.
gonna. So what I'm going to do is I am going to slowly start. I'm gonna take the body into the sprawl basement, basically.
Mhm. The
Gonna
basement,
stink.
basement. Yep.
Yeah, just and dis and dismember it into small chunks. Just stuff like I can easily concealable pieces that I can stuff in like a burlap sack.
Mhm.
And throughout the day, while I'm just gonna be dumping body parts into the canals,
All right.
because I mean the fish have to eat too, don't they?
Yeah.
And I don't trust law enforcement in this town whatsoever.
Right. So you've got basically a chopped up man down there that you'll have to get rid of in the next couple of days, or over
Yeah,
the course of the next couple of days.
yeah. I'm also gonna need to clean up the blood stain, and Mark can use prestidigitation to cover up any smells.
Mhm. And you can also prestidigitate most of the blood.
Yeah, true. I should also ask Roth if they want the skull. Actually, I'm gonna go do that right now while once I'm done with my grisly task.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hey, Roth, you want another skull?
Roth probably
Raw.
won't respond. He's busy setting up.
I see. Interior decorating and whatnot.
You gotta get that feng shui. Anyway, we now have an actual murder basement.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were
Mhm.
not joking earlier. You can hide a dead body in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tell me whenever I finish casting Detect Magic.
All right. You finished detect magic, and there is no magical auras coming from the coin. It's not really a
I'll
coin.
sigh.
It's just about coin size.
I'll wave my hand and say it's not magical.
And it must be some kind of piece of artifice. I'm gonna. Okay, I'm going to. Do I have a crowbar? Or I do not have a crowbar. Oh, I do have a crowbar. I'm gonna take my crowbar. Well, first I'm gonna
Mhm.
put the coin on a solid surface, not on our wooden basement.
Mhm.
Take the crowbar, hit the crowbar with the hammer so that it strikes the coin, hopefully breaking it.
All right. I guess roll strength. Oh, that's a strength save, but an 8. You come down on the coin, and it kind of folds and bends a bit. It doesn't break in half, but you've bent it in half, kinda.
Can I bend it any further with my fingers?
Yeah, it's not too difficult. You could even sort of like lay it over on its side and just keep hammering at it to bend it all the way.
Alright, and if I completely break it in half, can I see anything on the inside of it?
Let's see here. I'll roll you a quick bit of luck, see if what you want to happen happens. 34. Uh, you get to see the metal sort of pry apart, but it doesn't look like there's anything special in the middle as you sort of bend it over.
Well, I'm gonna put the coin shards aside for later investigation.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I need to check and make sure my clothes aren't blood stain in case I need to go out later.
Mm-hmm.
Most importantly, I have to check and make sure my hat doesn't have any blood on it.
Yeah, quick once over, your hat was spared. After you wash your hands first before handling your hat.
Alright. Anything else y'all want to do tonight?
I will be inspecting this weird glove and wearing it.
Okay.
See if I could figure out what it does, if anything.
Alright. So give me an investigation with advantage as you spend some time during this long rest inspecting the glove.
Okay, not bad. 16.
16? Alright. When you first put on the glove, the needle on the glove, and to the left of the needle, it sort of clickers into a neutral position. To the left, it's like half the color red, and the right is half the color green. It's divination, so it must tell you, good things and bad things. Messing around with it, you find it moves slightly over into the red when you, go closer to knives and things.
Interesting.
You haven't really seen it flicker over to green yet, but you can.
I'm just constantly in danger.
Could you turn down the music a little bit?
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just having a hard time hearing you guys over it.
Here we go. Better?
Yeah, much better.
All right. Oh. You guys get your first long rest.
Oh, by the way, does anything happen when I investigate the mirror?
Oh, sorry, I didn't see your. Go ahead and roll investigation for your mirror.
Or would it be Arcana or Investigation?
You can do Arcana again.
All right.
All right. So, as you set up your new full-length mirror, you look fabulous in your reflection. However, performing the same sort of ritual as you did in the warehouse, it doesn't give quite the same results. You don't see that reflection of something else in the mirror. You're pretty sure it's the same mirror because it has the same frame. It even has the same sort of wax R in the same spot that you can clean up whenever you like. It's just some wax you got to wipe off.
Roth would clear off the wax then.
Mm-hmm. Give it a little cleaning, and yeah, it's a very nice mirror.
Well, if you're a bit shy, then I don't mind. I'll wait for when you're ready. As Roth will just sit in a chair looking at the mirror as he long rests.
All right. Mm-hmm. So he's in the top floor, staring at the mirror for his long rest. Mark and Jane, or John, where are you guys at? Sleeping?
I am sleeping on one of the cots in the basement. Just not, occasionally waking up every few hours in a panic before going back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll, which room is John sleeping in?
Let me just mark it out. I'm sleeping in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In that case, I'll sleep far away as possible.
All right, cool. Sleeping in the dead guy's room. Got it.
The dead body in here?
No,
Well,
it's,
Or
no,
this? Yeah,
it's
this is
under the
where he was.
floorboards,
I get it.
but that's where he died.
yeah, the dead body is about buried somewhere about right here.
Skill issue. You shouldn't have died.
I
Right.
agree. Should not have he should not have died, but he did, and under mysterious circumstances.
Mm-hmm. So, you'll find that down here, when you try to turn off the lights to go to sleep, for some reason the switch doesn't really turn them off. They just stay on.
In that case, I'm just gonna see if I can remove them.
All right. You're able to just unscrew the light, the sort of bulb that's emitting the light, and it turns off. Excellent.
Note to self: investigate weird bulb later.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, you all are able to sleep through this night fairly uneventfully. You have a good night's sleep.
My concentration on suggestion breaks as soon as I go to sleep, so they will stop walking and probably get mad and realize that they've been charmed.
Yes, wherever they are.
That was also hours ago, so that they left. So they've been walking for hours.
Mm-hmm.
They might have walked into the canals if
Who knows?
It doesn't force them into any dangerous situations.
Yeah.
yes, but they could still like walk off one of the wooden sidewalks.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Danger for a later date.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should also add the pistol to my. Did I add that pistol? Yeah, I do have the pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And
No
bullets.
ammunition, but you have a pistol.
Alright. Newfangled gun, and I will write out. Ignore that. I write out its stats.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dex weapon, isn't it?
Yes. You do not have proficiency in it, and it is of the lowest damage level, the 9mm.
Okay, what's the range?
Let me see here. It should be the same as a longbow.
So about 60 feet.
Yeah. Let me pull up longbow. No, it's 150 to 600. Yeah, range is 150, 600.
Okay. Crit range. Dex plus. I don't have proficiency with it. Okay. And it's 1d6.
Hmm?
1d6 piercing, right?
Nope, 44 piece piercing.
In the
And
night, I will alter my racial ability.
All right.
Probably painfully. I don't know how you're gonna rule that.
It's definitely not a good night sleep, to say the least.
Yeah, no. Howdy.
All right.
and first thing in the morning, I'm gonna talk to Mark and make sure he's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, are you all right, Mark?
Well, He looks paler somehow. He was already kind of pale, but as he kind of wakes up and comes out of his room, his bags under his eyes, like he barely got any sleep, and yeah, he just looks very, very tired. But
I'm sorry,
he
Mark.
does. He nods and says, "Yeah, I'm fine."
I'm sorry. Was the yesterday with the gentleman too much for you?
No, no, not at all. You have no need to worry.
All right. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. That was that was gruesome business. That.
Indeed, it was. Maybe I'll take up your offer sometime.
Anyway, first thing in the morning, I'm going to grab a small chunk of. I need to come up with a better name for that. Mr. Sleepyhead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna something small enough that I can conceal easily. I'm gonna go over to the nearest part of the nearest canal.
Mm-hmm.
Fill the bundle up. I grab with rocks or anything else that looks heavy, and just kind of nonchalantly let it fall into the water as I'm rowing a boat around.
Mm-hmm. And as you drop it in, there's quite a bit of feverish activity within the water, a bit of splashing, and seems whatever's in there is pretty eager to take a bite out of anything that falls in.
All right, man. I'm going to be doing this multiple times throughout the day.
Mm-hmm. So
Just
yeah, as so you've left, and the two remaining people in the house, you guys would hear a knock on the front door sometime after John has left.
Can I look out of the window of my room to see if who it is?
Yeah, so you take a moment to sort of look out, and you see a very droopy-eyed person standing outside your door, hair nicely kempt, just sort of knocking there in his nice suit.
Oh, Roth will just go and open the door then. Good morning.
Good morning. I see you've gotten here just fine. Had
Yeah, it's pretty
to
open.
bring you your morning paper as part of the agreement of the housing program. As he hands you a single newspaper.
You deliver the paper as well.
I do many jobs in the city. Have a good day. As he immediately, as soon as you have the paper, just walks away.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. All right. And you get this. Then I'll put it in the Discoveries tab. You get your first copy of the Oakmont Post.
Nice. Double big announcement.
Mm-hmm.
For my explanation of my owning the newspaper, I'm just gonna say I found the copy while, disposing of a body.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you guys plenty of time to read through the newspaper.
Interesting. Crystal Cave.
Oh, surely we should make a visit to the museum when it's open then.
Yup, I agree.
Crimson Letter. Bong Boon Curd.
I like the name.
I'd like to have a visit with this Nick Vasco.
Oh, there's multiple pages. I was
only
reading
staring
only
at
the
the
first
front
one.
page too.
Yeah. I didn't click the link.
I see. Yes, there are multiple pages.
I was like, well, what do you mean Vasco? What is that?
Crimson
I was
Letter,
like, why would
huh?
we need to take any more time to give us time to read this? Isn't this all there is?
Yeah, I know. Trouble in Reed Heights zones. Lint Bolt Walk. Interesting.
John Carpenter.
Mold. Why is there...
Oh.
Oh, it's a cipher. Interesting. The page turning sound is so loud.
Yep. I don't know how to turn that down, but
I'm gonna mute the site.
that is an option, yeah.
Alright, I'm done reading.
Alright.
I'm gonna work out the cipher.
Mercenaries needed.
Okay.
A hospital needs mercenaries? That's odd. Oh yeah, I probably should have asked this, but what, like, setting, like, how technologically advanced is this setting?
Well, this island is more technologically advanced than anything you've seen outside the island.
Okay.
So you haven't really heard about power plants until you've just read it in this paper.
What an odd name for, like, a tree. Why would they name it like that? Plant of great power.
Let's see. Mark, you would notice mention of the Royal Reef Diving Suit Factory on the last page.
Yep, I'm reading through that now.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it, I should have taken the whole suit.
How would you carry that whole thing?
I don't know. That's why I left it, but I should have made an effort.
Oh wait, what do you need the whole thing for?
If we're going diving, man.
Oh, I guess that's fair. I
What
was like, well, I
else would you
mean,
use the diving suit for?
best I could do is silent image, but I don't think that's gonna help you.
Okay, I'm done reading.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, magic store.
Okay.
I'm curious about the mercenary job, so if nobody stops me, I'm going to go and take a rowboat over to the hospital.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm also going to go to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably say John gets back at some point, and you two come up with the idea of heading over to the hospital. What about you, Ross?
Roth will say, "Well, if it's anything interesting, I'll come, but I have set on something a little different."
EBO.
All right.
He wants to go and look at the magic item.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see here. So you all begin heading toward the. There we go. The hospital. Let's see. Now you do recall that it was somewhere in Coverside that you were told the hospital is.
I believe it was it this building? Oh no, wait, it was this building. Gotta look at the little symbols.
All right.
Okay. I gotta say this.
Mm-hmm.
This prep program you put in here is a lot better than the first one you did.
What I gave you?
The cipher in the newspaper.
Yeah. Bit tougher.
Yeah. Okay, there's two-letter words.
All right.
No, three.
What path would you guys like to take to get down to the hospital?
Let me show you where my character was when my character was dumping the bodies around this area.
Okay, so this area here?
Yeah, so
Alright.
so I'm
Looks like marking out a path you'd like to take. Alright.
Something like that.
So, you gotta modify it a little bit as you come down here on your path. You find that this street is blocked off with a fairly robust wall that appears to continue on down this entire Bullock Street. But it seems that the waterway is easily accessible, so you're able to at least go around it. And on your travels, you see that this area, this Old Grove on your map, seems to be home to really nice houses. Like as you're passing by, you even pass by a really well-kept sort of park with actually some kids playing out on it. Though you do see some very similar men to the men you saw on the docks when you first arrived, sort of keeping watch over the playground as you pass by. They give you a bit of a side eye, keeping an eye on you as you pass by the playground. And you're able to quickly move to here. As you're passing by here, let me go ahead and mark it as you pass by it. This is, let me rename it, the Oakmont Police Station.
Are there supposed to be names on those tokens? Because I'm not seeing any names.
Oh, yes there are. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, no, I just see like a white dot.
If you click on it, does it have the name pop up?
No, I can't click on it.
How about now?
Ah, there it is.
Okay.
Oakmont Police Station.
Yeah, so I'll just have to change that. But yeah, I know how to give you guys all go, and now you can see your player group label. There we go. So you pass on by the police station. Take a quick rowboat over here, and soon you make it over to the Oakmont.
The Oakmont police station.
No,
Wow,
the
there's another one.
Oakmont Hospital. There we go. Out front is a fairly well-kept sort of courtyard where you see a couple patients in wheelchairs enjoying the fresh, humid, dreary air that this island so nicely offers.
How well funded does the hospital look?
Give me just a moment. Oh, this is what it looks like from the outside. Looks pretty well funded in terms of the way the building looks. Multiple floors. Pretty nice. Fairly large.
Yep. Guess we go inside. Look for like a desk clerk or someone.
Mm-hmm. You take a quick step inside the front sort of waiting room. No one seems to be waiting at the moment, but you are able to quickly locate a front desk. It's a young woman manning it. How can I help you today?
We are in here to inquire about the posting in the newspaper for mercenaries.
Oh, yes. That would be Dr. White. You'd like to inquire. Let's see. His office would be up on the 3rd floor, B wing. Let's see here. He shows you a quick a map of the building. It's fairly extensive, but it seems like you can just go up some stairs back past the desk and arrive at his office in just a moment.
Sounds good. We will go there.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you make your way up there, this hospital is fairly bustling. You can see nurses on the floors that you pass, moving around to different patients. Looks like one guy you see has broken his arm, has been put in a cast, and he's just seems just to be talking and discussing things as you make your way up to the top floor, and you find Dr. White's office. No, sorry, Dr. Wood, I believe it said. Yes, Dr. Wood.
I'll knock on the door if it's closed.
Mm-hmm. The door slowly opens as I'll show you guys. A fairly pale man with a handlebar mustache opens the door to greet you. He sort of looks you up and
Good
down.
morning, sir.
Come on in.
We're I'll go into the room.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. His office is nicely put together, very clean. Please take a seat. As he sort of pulls a bench from the side of his office more towards the middle, where you can sit in front of his desk, all three of you together. Take a seat. Judging by your overall demeanors, I'd assume you're here from the ad.
That's the job listing in the newspaper.
Yes. So, I have a job, and it involves the beast that appeared after the last flood. I'm sure you've all known that we've locked down Salvation Harbor because of this. Well, I require some information about these beasts. They're very strange. No one seems to have seen them before. Can't find anything in records. Not even in books made for, animals or magical creatures. And, well, such a scientific discovery would go great on any resume. So I want to make it my resume. Now, these things, so far, no one's seen a dead body of them. I don't know why. There's no corpses that we can poke and prod. What I want from a party such as yourself is one, to figure out what happened to them when they die. That's the first thing I'd like to know. Why we don't have any corpses to poke and prod at. The second is, if very much possible, and I'd be willing to pay extra if you're able to accomplish this, I would like a live specimen. Something that we can poke and prod at to discover what these things are and what they can do.
Can you describe what they look like?
Have
Have you seen them?
I have heard tales of them. The fishermen have been calling them wild beasts. Each one slightly different and malformed in another way. The first kind, which seems to be the most common, is somewhat like a starfish. Have you guys seen starfish as sea creatures? Fishermen
Yes.
sometimes call them. Yes. Much like starfish, except instead of flat, they're more stars poking out in all sort of directions. They tend to lash out pretty aggressively in all directions, flashing and damaging anything nearby. And then there was another account, quite a gruesome account. A man who was fighting these things as we were first confining them to that area of the city. It was a round sort of object, about the size of twice as big as a children's ball, but it would its mouth was easily the size of its entire body, latched onto the man's arm and ripped it off. Quite a gruesome sight. That's another account of one of these beasts. There's also accounts of these creatures emitting, much like, I guess, sea cucumbers in appearance, but in size much more like that of a large dog, emitting screeches that would damage the ears. That's another sighting that I've heard. It's difficult to compile all of these, as everyone seems to have gone to the phase of making up their own stories of what could possibly be inside Salvation Harbor. But I know those three were from the initial report, not wild fantasies made by sailors.
And you're sure these creatures are somehow related? They sound like completely different.
Oh yes, they do appear to be completely different. But the interesting part is they don't attack one another, much like different, I suppose, bees in a beehive. The queen, while looking and appearing different, isn't attacked by the workers, as you know. So they don't attack one another, so they must be related in some way, shape, or form, even if they appear outwardly quite different. So, do you have any thoughts on the matter? Willing to accept this opportunity?
I'm interested, yes.
Ah, wonderful. Let's see. Ross, do you have any just listening in on this conversation?
Do you think hearing what the description Roth would be able to draw like a rough image, or no, or
I don't
probably
know.
not, honestly.
It definitely doesn't sound like anything like you've encountered. I mean, you know starfish look like. You've seen pictures of them, so you know. Or like seen them in like the market, little starfish. And you're like, oh yeah, it looks like that. Or it looks like a
Oh,
children's play ball.
Yeah, Roth doesn't have much to say. I mean, this is a bit out of his wheelhouse.
I, I'm interested, although I've never dealt with horrors like what you described before.
I see. Well, the 1,000 gold is specifically for clearing out a building that the carpenters desire to be cleared out. Uh, let's see here. Oh, do you have a map that you use? I'd gladly mark down this house specifically if you're willing to go in and clear it out. I'll also give you a stamp of a certification that allows you entrance into Salvation Harbor through one of the gates. Or do you give him a map?
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
All
I'll give the map.
right. He is going to mark down a building kind of on the edge of Salvation Harbor. It's definitely not deep in, like it's right on the edge. Let's see here. Okay. So when you next go back to the map, you'll be able to see where that is. Okay. So this is for the carpenters bit of work. That's your 1,000 gold pieces that you'll earn upon completion. However, any captured specimens I will gladly pay quite a penny more.
I'm not. I'm not sure how much capturing we'll be able to do, given your descriptions. I don't. In my wheelhouse, could incapacitate such creatures.
I understand.
You may have to deal with typical dissection.
Very well. If you can at least discover what happens to the bodies, I'll gladly pay you 200 gold pieces. But perhaps through your encounters, you may be able to discover some ways of capturing them. And in future endeavors, I'm sure the carpenters would call upon me and, by extension, you to clear more of the Salvation Harbor area.
Perhaps.
Mm-hmm. Good. So if you do wish to accept this job, I can pay you the promised forwarded amount of 100 gold pieces.
Very well then.
Very good. The sort of counts out 100 gold pieces and passes them across the desk. Please distribute them however you wish.
I'll take 34 if you two are okay with taking 33 each.
Sure.
That's fine.
Okay. All Now, if there's anything you require of me, any medical services or perhaps some supplies, I'd be happy to aid you in your endeavor as much as I can.
I could use some spare medical supplies, doctor's bags, emergency splints, anything you could spare.
I see. I see. He takes out his notepad and writes down a spare medical kit on the piece of paper, and please hand this to one of the nurses. They'll retrieve some supplies for you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Also, I've been trying to solve this cipher in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and near as I can tell, it's an inconsistent pattern. Some of the letters are replacements, some of them aren't.
Gotcha.
Also,
I'm not the best with ciphers, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Also, I think two of these words are proper names, like a proper name of something.
Mm-hmm.
If you've typed it out, can you send the cipher to me? I could take a look at it. Though no promises, I'm not that good.
Okay. Hydraulics, right?
Yeah.
All right. Taboo Jocks Kolot Tabun Eo Tabor Rovs Equanticogok blah 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 blah.
Thinking maybe the first word is the.
That's what I figured. I think the first two words I think first three are the next to Kolot. Yeah, the first three are the next two.
All right. Well, I assume you take your leave from his office.
Yeah.
All
Well, do we want to go check it out immediately after you've gotten your medical supplies?
No,
I
not
don't see
immediately.
why we.
Not immediately. We would want to scout this out a little bit better, and we don't want to put our. I don't want to put myself in a situation where I could miss that the wood delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
All
don't we
right.
have like one more day?
Yeah, it's tomorrow that you have to go there. Let's see here. He also does give you a blackwood seal, so you can add that to your inventory.
Is it for all of us or just one?
It's just a one, but he told you could all use it to get into Salvation Harbor.
Who is taking it?
I will. I'm the investigative character. I guess I'll take it.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Blackwood. Hang on, let me find my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Blackwood steel.
Yeah, it's much like a small like button, or not. I guess what would it be close to? It's like an election pin, a pin that you would pin to your like shirt for like election time. Something about that size.
All right, I'll keep it in my coat pocket.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, is that Q is R? I think. Because I think this word is repent.
No. As you leave the building, your medical supplies is another doctor's bag which you now have 4 of. But they also gave you 2 healing potions.
All right. I'd begrudgingly take the healing potions.
I mean, you can always give one to each of your compatriots.
All right.
That way you don't have to carry them.
Yeah, You both get 1 healing potion. Take these. I can't vouch for the flavor, but they will, keep you from bleeding for a few minutes. They won't.
Perfect. Well, I have nothing else to do in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to look around the hospital just to see what I think of the conditions of the hospital.
Mm-hmm. As you sort of make your way around inside, you get a couple of odd looks as you're just sort of standing around, but the sheets are clean, bandages clean, patient not screaming in pain. Overall, not bad.
I'm gonna roll an investigation just for the heck of it.
All right. Mm-hmm. Just a cursory investigation is you don't want to get too many odd looks poking around doors that are closed. Everything seems to be working in a fairly orderly manner.
All right. I'm gonna follow my party then.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't notice any.
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't notice any sicknesses I would have recognized, did I?
Many common colds and a couple broken bones, but aside from that, nothing stuck out too much.
Okay. Also, it's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first 6 letters of the cipher. The next to repent shall be the.
I believe so.
Okay. Because at this point, I'm just kind of putting in letters to see what actually makes words.
Mm-hmm. As you all are exiting the hospital, uh, well, John, you would have heard this before, but the other 2, you have not heard this. A tapping sound as if someone were tapping on thick glass behind you. The doom, doom, doom.
Oh. Can I make a perception check?
Sure.
What the heck was that? Man, why did I change my visual ability? I gotta need that. Whatever. +0, here we go. 9.
9. You look around, you have no clue where that sound just came from. You're far away from the building at this point to be hearing like glass tapping sounds that close.
Huh. Oh well. It's via my imagination. Must have been the wind.
Okay. I am just following around the other guys. I don't have any particular goals in mind at the moment.
All right.
In character, I'm working out different things in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if there's no objections, I say we go and look at Salvation Harbor at least. Just, snoop around.
Very well then, but no pointless risks. No
Well, of
exploring.
course not.
No exploring any dark basements or passageways or following any weird lights.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hmm.
All right, we're heading to Salvation Harbor.
All right, go ahead and map out your path. You never know what you might stumble upon, depending on which route you take.
Actually, if I'm gonna be taking a boat, I'm just gonna be sticking in the boat for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to about, there, I guess.
All right.
Oh, it's gone.
You're good.
This is sad.
So
Yeah,
you're
I would say enter the harbor from about right here.
Yeah, but then we have to take a boat again.
Just okay.
all right.
Yeah,
Right
it
here,
doesn't
then.
matter.
So you get to about right here, hop on another boat, and you find that this place right here appears to be a hotel of some sort.
Excellent.
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Lovely name.
Yeah.
Devil's
All right.
Fate.
Sorry, the devil's one.
The Devil's Reef Hotel. Continuing onward, you get your first real sight of Salvation Harbor. It's this sort of area marked on your map, but you find that basically the entire thing is surrounded by quite the tall wall, easily 30 feet tall, as it's made out of wood, metal, and seems fairly thick in many places.
When did they have time to construction?
You're kind of cutting out there.
Sorry, I was just musing to myself when they had.
Mm-hmm. You don't see any doorways at the point that you're at. This pathway on your map is completely blocked off, with no sort of door or way of entry.
All right, we'll have to get off here then.
All right. You head on down, and this path here is again blocked off, but you are able to see down about right here. The wall sort of keeps going until it ends in a door with just a single guy just sitting in front of it with a shotgun led across his lap.
All right, I'm gonna approach the. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Bring us. He just sort of holds his shotgun, turns around. What do you want?
I hold out the badge. Well, I need to get through this door for one thing.
All right. Give me a minute. He sort of approaches the this sort of gate door, and he undoes a quick latch and sort of looks around through it, much like you would see like a bouncer do to a door. And then he goes down, opens a different one that's kind of at knee level, opens it up and looks around. All right, should be safe, as he starts pulling out a key from his pocket to undo one of the locks.
All right. We're just going to have ourselves a look around.
Careful. As he opens the door for you.
The water bites in this place, so of course we're gonna be careful.
All right. He has opened the door for you, and you're able to step through, and you do see not a Blackwood-owned boat, but a Carpenter-owned boat on the other side, which has a small engine strapped to the back of it. You've seen a couple of these going quite fast through some of the canals.
Okay, I'm going to come to my senses after a few minutes and cut the engine and switch to using something for an.
There are some oars in the boat as well.
Yeah, because we're in hostile territory. These things are probably in the water. Why would we draw more attention to ourselves than we have to with a loud engine thingy?
What are the buildings around us like? Are they like, is it like a residential area where there's like buildings kind of squished together, or I don't, are they all run down or broken or destroyed?
It seems to be fairly residential, at least where you're at right now. And yes, the glass is shattered, and some of the buildings have sort of chunks missing from their walls. But for the most part, it's fairly quiet.
All
Is there a
right.
specific area that was like a sighting,
You know, if
like
you
a street or building or anything?
look at your map, a
Or was
bit
it just
north
told?
to you is the house that Dr. White marked on your map, or
Right.
it needs clearing.
All right. I'd say we look at the outskirts of that house. You know, take note of any possible entrances.
Get me to this building, right here, if you would.
Right here?
Yes. I will use my climbing speed, to scale the walls and arrive at the roof.
All right. You
I'm gonna make it.
scale on up.
I'm gonna follow him by making a makeshift grappling hook out of my rope and crowbar.
All right.
When Roth sees John do that, he'll just say, "Oh, that's not necessary." So he'll just pull out his actual grappling hook. Here.
All right.
You give it a throw. Roth. I believe
We'll give
that's
it a
sleight of hand.
Hey.
Ah. As you throw it, and it immediately locks around something up on top, and it's very strong grasp, it seems.
Are we all going out? If so, we should probably tie the boat to something, correct?
Yes,
So tie the boat to the
yeah,
grappling hook.
yeah, you could use the rope I used with the crowbar to tie the boat to something.
All right. Roth will just do a pretty tight nod and then just climb.
You're at the boat, and you climb on up. So on the tops of these buildings, many of them don't really have rooftops, more slight inclines on the roof to get rain to run off it. There's a sort of small alleyways that lead back into a small communal area that has like some chairs in it, but aside from that, there's nothing of too much interest, and you're able to make your way across these rooftops to overlook the house you're being sent to clear.
I'm gonna look at the house and see if there's anything unusual about it that, other than typical dilapidation of being in a flooded city full of monsters.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah. Oh, we'll take you
Did not mean.
17
I did not
from
mean
the
to
first
do.
one.
Okay.
Let's see here. So as you're taking some time to just sort of sit and watch over the house, You are able to notice a bit of movement come from within. Maybe a small dashing from one of the windows, but inside you hear sort of a thumping sound. Something's moving around, and perhaps it's also coming from the building beneath your feet, as you also feel a bit of rumbling from the building you're on, but not too disconcerting. It's the sound of like someone walking around, but their footsteps are pretty uneven and sporadic.
I'm going to take. Is there any rubble on the roof, or anything I can just throw?
The roof has shingles. It's not very run down.
Seeing him, he was trying to. I'm assuming you're trying to make some kind of like distraction to lure one of them out. Yes.
I'm actually just trying to get a reaction out of the house to see how they react to just me chucking something at a window.
How far away are those windows?
They're
How many feet?
probably 40 feet away across the river, or across the canal.
Alright, in that case,
Any way I could get closer to them?
I mean, if you're like right across, you might be able to squeeze that down to like 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Because that's the range of minor illusion. I'll make a sound like maybe like a human yelling.
Mm-hmm.
Human man, short, distinct kind of like yelp
Okay.
near a window.
All right. Oh, you send out that sort of like quick, uh, no phone ringing. There we go. A quick little sort of, and you can hear kind of from inside the house, sort of, kind of getting a bit louder as this thing. Everyone, please roll me a intelligence saving throw as you watch this.
Oh yikes. Oh, not yet.
Okay. Oh, James and Ross, you take 1 temporary sanity damage. So, go to your sanity and you lose 1 of it temporarily. Yep. You watch as this thing, it doesn't crash through the wall. No, it just, you watch from the window as it approaches, and it just sort of barrels through the wall, but the wall doesn't break. It ripples like the surface of water would if a pebble were to hit it, as this thing just sort of barrels through and falls into the water in the canal, leaving behind the building rippling from its escape, eventually coming to rest as the wood no longer shifts in and out.
does anything happen to it?
It falls into the water, but you see no frenzy as you did with the dropping of body parts in.
That is.
And it's not swimming, it just sank.
It is no longer visible. It is gone beneath the dark waters of this city.
I'm gonna take the grappling hook and throw it into the water where it fell as best I can.
Since we're kind of making our presence known with that, do you want me to send out some light?
No.
Alright.
All right. So you take the grappling hook and just sort of chuck it down where it fell?
Careful not to make any noise on the roof itself. I wait, rope around so that to see if the hook catches on.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand for your use of the grappling hook. That's a 10. You're unable to really get it hooked onto anything. You do see a bit of splashing about as it seems that the metal hook hitting the water has attracted some of the eels, but they quickly lose interest with what they're biting on. You eventually pull the hook out.
I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
Alright.
I am going to. I'm gonna reattach the hook to the building and climb back down to the boat.
Alright.
I ask Mark as I go down to retrieve the hook if he can, since he can just climb up the thing on his own.
Mark?
Sorry, what was that? My headset cut out. I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
I climb down from the building and ask you to retrieve the grappling hook for later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'll do that. I'll kind of kick it off and drop it to him.
Alright.
And I'll climb down myself.
Alright. You all are safely back inside the boat.
Alright. Do y'all want to keep looking around this area, see if there's any other clues we can find, or just get the hell out of here?
I'm fine to keep looking. It's quite interesting.
Whatever
Okay.
we do, I'm gonna be hanging over the edge of the boat and looking into the water, just to make sure it's not coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I say as I see you doing that. I saw those eels rip a man's arm to the bone in 5 seconds.
Well, I'm not sticking my arm in there. I'm just taking a peek. No harm can come from that, surely.
Oh wait, I have an idea. I still have the food mush from earlier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take the boat to the entrance of the house and leave a bit of the food mush there,
Alright.
and then if Mark can make a noise to attract anything to the mush, and we can see what happens.
Alright.
Once we get a safe distance away, of course.
So you're trying to sort of sneak up and put the mush there.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll stealth as you approach.
I'm supposed to be a rogue. Anyway, we decided to turn the engine on for this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably give it a quick drive by, throwing the mush down and using the engine's roar to attract something.
Alright, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. As you
Okay.
sort of look back, you watch as this large meat thing in the shape of well, you'd say a ball that's much bigger, like probably the size of probably a small dresser drawer, or sorry, a small dresser. Just sort of steps out, and you just watch as it just begins eating the mush as well as the front of the house, like the front sort of wooden steps of the house. It just sort of takes a chunky bite out of the whole thing that the mush was sitting on.
Oh.
You could swear you
Okay.
hear a bit of a grinding sound as you're moving away, just like a.
Okay, the things like the mush. That's
And
useful
also
information.
houses.
Note to self: do not get within biting distance of those things.
Does not seem like a picky eater.
Well, it wasn't just as we, boat around. I'm gonna look to find of eating the buildings.
Right. I mean, the buildings are a bit, destroyed, but nothing's really had a bite taken out of it. At least none that you can see.
Do I notice any kind of mold or rotten wood that wouldn't naturally form?
Go ahead and roll investigation. Looking over the buildings, it seems there's not very much mold, as the salty sea air keeps the outside of the buildings grimy, but not moldy.
The newspaper. I'm used to myself. The newspaper mentioned like buildings in Reed Heights having mold issues. So, I was wondering if there was a connection there, but it doesn't. At the time being, it doesn't look like there's a connection. What do y'all think?
I'm not sure.
We probably need to know a better history of this area. Because, I mean, it could have been a richer district than Reed Heights, no?
Okay. One more thing I would like to do while we're here, if we can find a smaller house, something I can easily explore fully, but also get out of quickly if things go to hell.
Mm-hmm. Right. Coming down this way, you are able to find a small building. Let me move that back a little bit. A little, like a small little house on the end of this street here.
All right.
All right. And before you go in there, I think this would be a good place to end the session for today.
Okay. Nice little cliffhanger.
Yep.
Me
Oh.
just about to make a stupid decision because it's what my character.
Mm-hmm. Investigation. All right.
Yeah.
So, how was it today?
That was good.
It was very fun.
Yeah, it was
I like the combat. I
Yeah.
also like the sanity thing.
Mm-hmm. We'll learn all about that as you keep going.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the cipher. So I think I have most of the cipher figured out. The next to repent shall be the devil's something poisoner of children.
Mm. So you can probably put that in the theories channel for what you have so far, the cipher and what you think it is.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for coming. We'll pick up next time with investigating
y'all.
a small house.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you for hosting.
You're welcome.